We all forget things occasionally, our keys, a birthday, or the time. But when Jean Korn forgets,
I fear that's it. I have it. I have it. And I'm scared to death. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Korn has a family history of Alzheimer's disease.
Oh my gosh, my mom was a great person. She was a funny, well-educated, happy, loving, very trusting person.
Then, Korn says, the parent became the child and the child became the parent.
She would repeat herself. She would buy pantry full of the same thing over and over again. And like the typical dementia or Alzheimer's patient, she would forget where she put things.
The progression of the disease became more serious and complicated. Korn was her mother's primary caregiver.
She didn't understand the concept of taking a shower. She didn't understand the concept of using a bowl for food.
The emotional toll on Korn's family was devastating.
Because we all love my mom, and it was very hard for them to see that blank look on her face and say, who is that? Who is that?
According to the Alzheimer's Association, 5.4 million people in the U.S. have Alzheimer's disease. Sarasota County, more than 18,600, and Manatee County, more than 11,300. And these are only the ones we know of.
Caregiving is changing and shifting in demographics. So the average caregiver now is going to be an older adult caring for another older adult. So a 70-year-old woman caring for a 79-year-old man who may have those cognitive changes. That it looks like the demographics.
Karen Reynolds of Sarasota Memorial Hospital's geriatric department is an advanced practice nurse and says we need to prepare future caregivers.
And all of a sudden they have to provide these high-tech medical, they have to manage finances, end-of-life decisions, and this creates, again, that huge emotional stress.
Reynolds says this is where we are now with treatment.
Medications that simply prolong some symptomology. There's a lot of research that is currently going on with regards to looking at proteins in the brain.
So there's been a number of years where medications were failing, trials were failing, but now we have a way of measuring amyloid in the brain from the outside using a PET scan. So when we have a targeted therapy that goes after amyloid, we know we're giving it to people who have amyloid in their brain.
Roskamp Institute in Sarasota conducts clinical trials and is dedicated to developing medication and therapeutic treatments for Alzheimer's disease. Clinical Medical Director Dr. Andrew Keegan says we are making progress.
I have that perspective that we're incrementally seeing improvements. We're getting closer to the targets, and I think we're doing a better job on treating people with the right medicine and picking the right patients.
Reynolds says the hope is a healthy lifestyle will help slow progression.
Exercise, the right foods to eat, socialization, managing depression, early depression. There are some symptoms that do precede Alzheimer's on a continuum for brain health.
Korn leads a healthy lifestyle, exercises both mind and body, and says taking care of Mom while grueling was a privilege.
You can't get angry, you can't get mad, you have to go with whatever is happening.